Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and I am here this morning for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 Vento Oreo, Episode 24. Last time on JoJo's, we beat the boys. We beat Squado and Tiziano. Their stands, talking head and clash just could not make it work. Couldn't make the thing happen, and everybody's okay. So we sped off in a boat, and I don't know what's gonna happen now. I don't know. But we're talking about Trish and her possibility of having, you know, some kind of answers about who the boss is, and she points them to her hometown or the boss's hometown. So it appears that we're heading that direction to try and figure out whatever we can about who the boss is and maybe get a leg up on him, get some kind of advantage. Though it's really hard to get an advantage over somebody who has any sort of control over time, as we've learned before. So, gonna be a tough one, but I guess we're gonna go and see what we can find out about the boss. Maybe we'll get some interesting backstory or something. And the episode is titled Notorious Chase, but it's actually Notorious B.I.G., which is definitely a music reference. So that's gotta be a stand name. Maybe they'll encounter that as an enemy, or maybe it's Trish's stand. Those are the only options I can think of. Because we know the boss's stand, we know everybody else's stand. It's a music reference, so it's a stand name. It's either Trish's stand or an enemy stand. I don't know if that name really fits the kind of pink and feminine aesthetic that we saw in Trish's stand in the OP, but so let's get into the episode. I've got it up. It's at 0 seconds. There will be multiple versions of this reaction video. You can find picture-in-picture versions with the video up over here in the description down over there. And the timer-based version on YouTube will have any discussion, run through frame by frame, whatever, at the end. That's it. There will be a beep beep timer. It'll go boop 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 beep, and on the beep and the green light, that's the same frame that JoJo's starts playing on my screen. So if you're playing along with your own version of JoJo's, that's probably when you want to hit the button. Beep beep timer goes here. A plane? We've seen planes before. They don't go so well. Marco. Polo. Is that? Yeah, okay, that's Aerosmith. Seeing that's a funky looking plane. Okay. This is T, by the way. Yes. But what if there is? What if there's a flying stand user with control over gravity or something? I don't know. Oh. Yeah, it seems a little thin. That cut, yeah. That is a deep cut. The fuck is that? The fuck is that? Is it Pesci's brother? Wow. Yeah, there's got to be another layer to that, right? Yeah, he wouldn't be that much of an idiot unless his stand requires him to be defeated for some reason. Hmm. The peanut gallery. Okay. Okay. But what did he accomplish? Twitch? No. Okay. He definitely accomplished something. That little smirk that he gave them. The little smile. Hmm. Fair enough. Right. Wow. That morph into King Crimson, that was cool. Hmm. Hmm. That is really not a lot of info. Hmm. Hmm. There's supposed to be nothing alive on this plane. Nah. There is a stand on board. Okay. Better safe than sorry. Fine. Huh? Huh? Those are somebody's fingers. Yeah, those are human. What the fuck? I don't know how you would know that, but maybe. Yeah. Yeah, something is really wrong. Huh? Okay. Yeah. Rat in a toilet? Oh, when it's flushed? Just a little puff. Nah. Huh? Were those there before? Huh? What the fuck? Unless his ability is to die and transport himself as like a ghosty thingy? Oh. Whoa. It's a parasitic stand triggered by death? What's that horrifying thing on your arm? Oh. Yeah. Yeah. A completely independent stand? So was that guy just one host? Huh? Not the peanut gallery. Wow. But you're inside a plane. Can't be heat again, can it? Smash that thing. Smash it. Huh? Motion? Ah. What a terrifying stand. Why didn't that happen when Bruno zipped it? Huh. Oh, wow. What was the brooch? Did we do it? Planes are never a good idea in the JoJo's universe. Still blaming himself. Yeah. Shit. So without fists, hey Trish, if you got a useful stand power that could save them in this situation, now would be the time to figure that out. Fuck. Ooh, this is good. You can start to try. That knife? Huh? Uh? Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Little blob of flesh. Yo, get some help. Jump scare? Jump scare. Gross. It's got its face back. Kind of. But if you move... Oh. Got anything to throw? Oh. That's pretty spooky. Oh. Uh-huh. That's a big brain play. But that's the only thing keeping you safe right now because it's moving and you're not. Yep. You need your stand. You need a stand. You absolutely need a stand. Oh my god damn it. Spicy lady? Okay, so when I went through the OP and I said that her stand looked spicy, a lot of people commented on that. We're like, ha 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 ha. Is it Spice Girls? That would make sense, right? Is that the name of the group? Spice Girls? I think so. It's got to be Spice Girls, doesn't it? Okay. Interesting. So, pretty good episode. Production felt pretty solid in this episode. Felt a little bit better. It's been a little bit more consistent in the last couple, and that's really cool. Uh the delve into pretty straightforward creepy body horror here was interesting and fun. Body horror has always been kind of a part of JoJo's uh sort of since the beginning, and it's always good to see them pull it off pretty well. I think that the body horror in this episode with this, well, there are a number of types of horror blended together here. We've got this like this creepy dude who's sort of reminds me of what's his name from, is it from Friday the 13th, or is that one of the other things? Friday 13th villain? Yeah, he's the Jason Voorhees for his with the, yeah, he's the one who just like, no. No, that's a different one. Oh, Halloween. The character from Halloween. Halloween villain. Michael Myers. There. Thank you. Yeah, Michael Myers. The guy who just won't stop. Who's like human but a little bit weirder than human and is just like charging at you, no holds barred. That's kind of the vibe that I get from this guy. Also his waddle is real creepy. So my question is whether this guy was ever actually an original stand user, or if this stand is like independent and just jumps from host to host or something. I don't know. Because otherwise it's like a suicidal stand, right? Which in and of itself is a crazy idea. But yeah, he's real creepy. I'm gonna keep calling him Pesci's brother because there's a little bit of a family resemblance. But we take him down, and it seems all good, but it's way too easy. It's way too easy. So Giorno touches him, and that's probably not good. Vroom vroom. And I think that most of the focus of this episode is really on Trish directly, in a way that it hasn't been for a while. If at all, really. So I like this scene with the this stuff, and then I like how it morphs into King Crimson. It's real cool. But I really like that we're focusing on Trish a bit as a character, and she ends up a little bit later in the episode struggling a bit with herself and her reasons, her purpose. Like bratty Trish is kind of a thing of the past. I mean, she's still the same person, but she's been through a lot in the last few days, like a ton. So she's changing a bit, and I'm glad that the camera is turned on her so that we get to see and hear her inner dialogue or inner monologue about what she's coping with and what she's dealing with and how that might change her as a character and as a person. That's really cool. So things start going wacky. When he opens the freezer, see, I want to check how many fingers there are. Okay, yeah, there are 3. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then this little bone over here. But then a little bit later, Haha, a fourth one appears. Yeah, that's real weird. So this is like this is the kind of horror that you get in a movie like one of the Alien movies, where you're finding something that doesn't make sense, and you've got this inkling of a suspicion that it's really, really messed up or something really weird, but you don't know what it is. You have no idea what's actually going on, so anything could happen. It's that like the unknown type of horror. Um, it's really effective, and I think they did a great job of it here. Like we start confirming the things that we can confirm about these weird fingers appearing. Well, they have no life energy. They don't make sense. Blah blah blah. And then we start to get reveals of things that definitely don't make sense in the form of all this writing on the wall, which is unfortunately not subbed, but that's okay. Notorious B.I.G. And he's got a thing on his arm, which is very reminiscent of the stand that was on Joseph's arm in part 3 that wanted to, like, fight him. But in this case, it's a little bit creepier and less straightforward in its goals. Yeah, it's like it's cancer. It's a tumor stand, which is really horrifying. And just like, I think they nailed the aesthetic of this weird gloopy blob that like slithers around and ugh. Jono goes all arm cutty. Mista gets absolutely destroyed. And there's this significant risk that that Jono has lost both of his arms. He chops his second arm off, and with no arms, he literally cannot heal himself. So he makes the big brain play and turns his brooch into an arm before chopping his own arm off, and we see that drop here to foreshadow it, which is nice. And then we get this moment of respite where they think they've won, and then we kind of focus on Torishu as she stares out the window. Well, first she realizes that Giorno just sacrificed his ability to save himself, which just kind of takes her by shaky eyes, if you will. And then she sort of stares out the window for a while, thinking about herself and her purpose and her desires for the future and what she wants to do, and comparing herself to Giorno and the others who are doing what they think is right, regardless of their own futures or safety or anything like that. And then her own selfish desires as she frames them. So this is set up for Trish to have a bit of an awakening, and not just in terms of getting her stand, but like to change and to become a better person, which would be really cool because she started off as a rather dislikable brat and has been realizing that the world is rough, she's in it, and people around her are getting hurt. This is a great standoff with the stand. I particularly like the section where she's like running around alone in this plane, and it's like jumping at all the windows. Super jump scare, super obvious setup for one, but then bam, and then bam, and then bam, and she's freaking out. Pretty cool. I like this overlay as well. Or not overlay, I guess it's not actually an overlay. This is just a frame with the polka dots for the hair and the stippling and the like split up colors for her eyebrows and eyelashes and stuff. Pretty cool. And this stand is super spooky, but in like a badass way. But yeah, so we got introduced to this stand. We've got this idea that Giorno, if she can get that new hand to him, will be able to heal himself and heal Mista and heal everybody up. But she needs something else because she cannot on her own. I don't see any way that she can defeat this stand on her own. She needs her stand ability. And I'm guessing that spicy, what is it? Where's the spicy lady? It's got to be Spice Girls, right? I can't think of any other music reference that works for that. It's got to be Spice Girls. Cool. Well, fun episode. Happy Friday. I'm just nodding. Okay, let's wrap this up. As soon as this video is over, I'll jump into the manga stream. That should be fun. The spicy lady next week. Cool. So I've been Teeaboo. This has been Jojo's Part 5, Episode 24. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope to catch you next week in the next one. Peace.